So guys, it's finally time, and check out that box. That looks pretty darn awesome. That's the coolest artwork I've seen for a Gundam for a good time, and that is pretty darn cool. So let's check the rest of the box out and then we'll open it up. Okay, so we have this kick-ass artwork. As you can see there, Eclipse Gundam or Mobile Suit MVF X08, and it looks pretty badass, doesn't it? But what's the point of it looking badass if we haven't opened it yet? But let's take a look at the other sides of the box, because why not? So, sorry for the shaky cam here. As you can see there, we got the front view and the rear view of DMS, which is looking really darn sweet, honestly. And I really like, that they give you like the gimmicks. Here you can see, sadly the transformation is not one of the gimmicks. What? Yeah, the articulation is the gimmick here. What? The little figure, which I wish it came with another one. Honestly, it's kind of sad that you have to keep it inside. The transformation, you can see how it starts, how it ends, so the way back. And yeah, we got some information on the MS and of course of the Seed Ignite. Now, we got some markings here. Beam Saber, hand parts, beam rifle, the display base, which is great that it comes with it. You're gonna need it, obviously. That's always a plus. Joint parts, the beam shield, and of course the backpacks that you can attach to it, and which is really awesome, And then you have this, which is basically crap. Okay, time to open up this bad boy. Ooh, oh my god, I can't believe that I have this Gundam here. Man, let's do this. Oh my god, that's a lot. That's a lot. So let me give you guys a better look at each one of the runners. So let's go. So we already took a look at the runners, let's check out the instruction manual. And of course the P Bandai exclusive Maneuver Strike backpack for the Eclipse, which I wasn't able to get. So I finished panel lining everything here. By the way, that panel line is gonna get cleaned up, of course. So yeah, getting ready to build. So without further ado, let's do this. Okay guys, it's fully built, fully panelized, and the decals are on there fully as well, so let's put it together. Okay, first off, we already have the head on the body, and what you're gonna do is basically, yeah, push down the arms there. You can see the hole, and you just push it down after you have aligned it correctly. It should go down pretty easy. Sometimes it could be a little bit harder, but hey, it's actually a pretty tight fit once you get it there. And you can see that I'm gonna have a little bit of trouble. Remember, I'm right-handed, not left-handed, and sometimes it just doesn't want to go, but you know, a little bit of elbow grease and there you go. It's pretty solid, by the way, so you don't have to worry about it much. So the hips. Now this part here was a little bit weird. Okay, so you get the legs and you're attach them like you normally do, but as you can see, I'm struggling a little bit. I'm like, what the hell is going on? You know, why isn't going in properly? What is it? Well, check that out. You see how it has an angle to them? Yeah, these hips actually, the legs can actually go down a little bit, so all you have to do is just push them up. Yeah, it's that easy. If you're having that problem, it's probably just that. And you just take the other one and do the exact same thing. So yeah, nothing else to add there. Pretty easy, a simple fix, and something that can give you a lot of headache if you just, you know, don't look correctly. But there you go. Now this part here was the biggest pain in the ass ever, because you think you just go like all the other Gundams, that you just push the mix section in and that's it. No, this thing is a little bit complicated. As you can see, I'm having a lot of trouble. It doesn't want to go in all the way. Now, I did manage to fix this problem, but way later, when I was about to do poses. What you really have to do is actually move the torso to the side so it's sideways, and then you get enough force in there, and then it's gonna lock in there and you won't have any problems. So let's attach the beam rifles. Now, right off the bat, I attached them incorrectly here in this video, but they're pretty easy. You can attach them both ways, but the right way is like that, except I'm using the wrong peg and the wrong side. Now, it's just, you know, you just attach them like that and that's it, and you do the same thing with the other one, and that's it. So the beam rifle looks pretty good, right? Let me show you how it works. It's pretty easy. Here's the handle, put it down, then you pull on it, and there you go. There you have the beam saber. And then you just get the correct way, or the way you want to. Then you just push it back in here, and that's it. It's pretty solid, by the way. It's not gonna fall out accidentally. Okay, so the shield. You might be thinking, how do I attach it? You see that little hole, right? Well, you just only have to do this. That's a little piece that you're gonna be building, a separate part, and you can attach it to any of those two holes, but obviously you're gonna attach them to the middle one, not that one. You attach it to this one like that. Is pretty easy, nothing out of the ordinary, and I actually like the way they did this because it doesn't rub against the arm, and you have a lot of articulation there, which I really love. So that is pretty cool. That's awesome. I love the way they did it. And if you want to open up the shield, this is how it works. Pretty easy. So let's put on the beam effect parts on it. Okay, so very important, before we put on the beam effect parts, you have to open it up, because that will give you enough space to put them. And then this part here. This is probably the most difficult part because, well, a yellow part doesn't wanna come out all the time, so it can be a little bit of pain, you know. I suggest you go by the sides, because the sides normally is what is gonna make it pop out. I wish they would have done it better, but man, it's pretty secure. You can see that there's like no mistakes, no worries about this flying off. But after a while, it should look like this, and then you just pull it out, and that's it. Now, what you're gonna do is you're gonna take the green part, this big one, and you're gonna put it there. Now it's gonna sit there nicely. It's not gonna move or anything. But this one, well, you have to slide it in first and then push down, so you get that. Remember, this is a beam shield slash beam dagger. You know, it's pretty cool and it looks great. But I do wish the plastic was made with the edges like they did the shield for the F91. And there you go. That's how it looks. That's how it works. Easy, and I love the design. I love the way they made it. I love that it's separate from the actual arm, so that's great. So let's attach the shield to the arm, and this is pretty easy. We have the peg, we have the hole, and we're just gonna move this arm over here. And remember, yeah, you're gonna have that, you know, you might hit the shoulder pad, so you might have to move it a little bit, but once it's there, and as you can see, it's easy. Sometimes it's easier than others, but there you go. Pretty nice. Wait, Zero, you said this thing has beam saber. Where the hell are they? Oh, wait, here it is. Hidden beam sabers, which is pretty darn awesome. Too bad they weren't able to put the whole blade inside, but you just stick them in like this, and that's it. That's it. You have a proper beam saber hidden inside a beam rifle, and yeah, they do tend to move a little bit, but once you get them right, it's done. So let's take a good look at this guy. And he looks great. By the way, the only thing that I did was panel line it, and of course fix up the decals using microset and microsole. The rest is just the way it looks, and I love the color scheme. Now the little feet, I know it kind of looks kind of lame from the side. Sadly, I wish there was a cover for it, but the rest of the Gundam looks great. This guy is big, he's bulky, but he feels so sturdy. That is pretty awesome. Even from the back, I mean, check it out. He just looks great, and there's so many decal options that I just love it. Okay, let's check out the articulation with this guy, because this is a big thing. Obviously he looks great, but if he cannot move the way we want him to, then we have problems. So let's start off here with the head. Now you can see it can go right this much, and yeah, it's annoying that the head, you know, keeps going. Now do you see how difficult the difficulty I'm having there is because the back of the head, the little things, just get jammed up with the other ones. So this whole thing is a process of the chest. Yes, you have to move the chest a little bit so it lines up, so it's a lot higher or lower depending on what you need. And again, that is just the only problem with the head. You know, it can go down this much, and it can go up this much. It can go a little bit more, but like I said, it's those darn things on the side that are really bothering it. I think the neck should have been a little bit wider. Now the arm here is gonna have a little bit of problem because, well, you got the shoulder pads, plus you have the shield on, and you have to, you know, play around with that. You can see that, hey, the elbow articulation is great, pretty awesome, no problems there. I wish it could go a little bit more, but like I said, there's just stuff. That's the whole thing here, that there's stuff getting in the way. Without that stuff, I'm pretty sure this thing is pretty darn amazing when it comes to articulation. Now you can get it up this high. It won't go any higher because, well, of course, the shoulder pad is messing it up there. And again, do you see how I'm moving it and parts of the shoulder are hitting the beam rifle? And yes, I have my beam rifle in the incorrect position, but you can do this, you know, so you can move it around, then move it back to where you need it. Even the back here, you can see that the shield is bothering me, but that doesn't mean that I can't, you know, move it around. So this is one of those Gundams that is gonna be, you know, maybe take a few things off. Here you can see how good the freaking articulation for the ab crunch is. Mine's a little loose there in the video. I did fix that later, and let me show you the cockpit, because a lot of people really wanted to see the cockpit. It's not that easy to get into, but once you open up the hash, you just have to pull it forward, and there you go. There's our little pilot there, looking pretty nice. And I like the way they did the cockpit. I actually like that. I like that cockpit. Now let me show you guys the articulation here with the beam rifles. I know mines are backwards. This is not how they're supposed to be, but they can pretty much go full 360 if you wanted to. You know, you can have them SBRs and everything. It's pretty awesome. The angles, just great. I like that. I really love that about this kid. But like I said, stuff gets in the way. So the front skirts as well move perfectly to sides, up and down. And now the leg articulation. Check out the knee joints here. Check them out. Ooh. Oh. Yep. Pretty darn awesome. Now, do remember that those things might get in the way as well. There's a bunch of things and fins that are getting in the way. Now, the little feet there, yeah, that's as much articulation as they have. Well, at least for up and down. The covers actually go up and down as well. These ones go up, down, left, and right. And yeah, these do swivel side to side, so you're gonna get some really dynamic poses depending, you know, what you do with it. But yeah, even the chest serves articulation, but we'll get to that when we actually transform it. There's a lot of stuff that you need to wait like that for when we actually transform it. So he has great articulation, but check out the height difference. Man, this guy is tall, supposed to be 22 meters tall. He's taller than the Alex, way taller than the freaking F91. And this is crazy, guys. This is just, I was blown away. I was expecting him to be tall, but not that tall. He's almost 2 inches taller than the Alex, which is great. And from the side, man, you can see the size differences. This is just, it is really cool. It is really cool. You know, this thing I'm pretty sure is taller than the unicorn. So yeah, this is awesome. You guys knew that I had to do this. So, next up, let's do the transformation. Okay guys, sit tight, because now the transformation starts, and is really long and annoying. So let's do this. So we start here by removing, of course, the beam rifles, which makes sense, of course. And by the way, sorry if this is pretty long, I want to show you guys the whole process. And yes, I do feel bad showing you guys this, because this is an amazing kit until you get to here. So with those removed, I know what you're thinking. You're like, oh, they're removed. Okay, cool. What do we do next? Well, this here. You move the side skirts like that so they don't get in the way. And I did open these ones up just in case. And now I know what you're thinking. Zero? What are you doing now? Yep. You turn the legs like this. 180 I think it's supposed to be. And I know what you're thinking. It looks really silly. Yeah. Now, this next part was total BS. My god, I have never seen... I think other than the double Zeta, I think this is the hardest transformation of any Gundam. Now you pull the legs down like so, so they look a lot longer. And man, this is where it gets hard, because now you have to not only push the little feet all the way down, but you have to do something that you weren't really expecting to do. Because let me tell you, this is just pretty crazy. So let's move on, because this is pretty long. So as you can see there, you're gonna pull these chains over here, so you basically unlock it. If you remember when you were building, or if you saw the build video, there were like a locking mechanism, the little claw, that, yeah, that's what you do. So now you have those extended, and you're like, man, what do I do now? You know, how do I get this over there and all that stuff? So you got these little parts here, and it's just, guys, I'm just reliving this BS. I didn't even finish it, not even 10 minutes ago, and it's driving me crazy just watching this. And it's like, gosh, I don't even, like I said, I don't even want to show you guys this, and I know I have to. And man, now you have to move the other feet here, but they get stuck sometimes, so you have to, you know, play around with them. See, they got stuck there. So I don't know why didn't Bandai think about this and be like, oh, they're gonna get stuck there, so how about we push them out a little bit more, make the thighs a little bit smaller. But no. And then you run into this problem when you have parts that are actually coming out, you know. And then you have this, and this looks really damn silly, because it looks like a crab. Honestly, it looks like a crab. And man, then you have this part here, which the instruction is kinda iffy. The instructions are actually, the instruction for the builds are good, but for the transformation is kind of weird. And then you have this problem here, which some of them do tend to pop out, and you're like, darn it, why is this going on? Why is, you know, Bandai doing this? I'm telling you guys, it's just weird. This transformation is so odd. And now check this out. Now you have to align the little claw, the little clip, and it has to go into the little feet. And you're gonna be trying this for a while, and you're gonna be like, huh, why isn't it working? What's going on here? You know, why is everything else, you know, coming apart? Why can't it reach? Why? Well, I'll show you why. It's pretty easy why this is going on. And the thing is, after fiddling around, you're like, man, what's going on? What's going on here? Why isn't this, you know, why is everything coming up apart? You're like, there has to be something that I'm doing. Maybe I'm doing something wrong, right? Well, yeah, I am doing something wrong. But it's something that I'm pretty sure you guys wouldn't think about. It's something that instruction manual actually says, but you're like, do I really have to, you know, do this? Do I really have to do that just to get this working? Well, yeah, you do. And what you're supposed to do is actually grab the blue parts and basically hold down on them. I know what you're thinking. Zero, don't tell me that's what you do. Yeah, that's what you do. You pull down on them. It took me a while, and there you go. That's all you have to do. That's annoying, and that will let you clip it in there, which is great, the way it should be. And then that's the way it goes. Perfect, right? Of course, things are falling apart. I mean, I don't know why they really needed some more time to engineer this. My God, I'm sorry that sometimes I'm not talking. It's just that it's infuriating. I spent like 2 hours making this, plus then my camera ran out of power, so I had to charge it up, and then I just have problem after problem after problem. So that's done, and I know what you're thinking. Okay, so that's done, that's great. But yeah, that was just annoying. And then you clip it there, and you're like, okay, now I got them clipped. I got them clipped together. I just need to make sure it doesn't rub against anything. There we go. You're like, okay, now I got this done. This is good. This is good. We're making a lot of progress here. Well, this transformation has a lot of bumps on the road, and they're really annoying. So, first one, this goes down, and another bump there, and this one goes up. So, yeah, I know what you can say. Zero, that's your fault. Yeah, that could be my fault. And now you're like, okay, what do I do now? Do I put them together? Do I do something? What do I do about the white things? What do I do about all these things that really, I don't know what to do. I mean, the instruction manual says something, but as you can see here, you're supposed to push them down. And you're like, okay, so you just push them down. That's it. But now you're like, okay, something fell off. You're like, okay, I have to push them down. Nope. Push them up a little bit. This, I'm telling you guys, I'm telling you, Bandai really dropped the ball with this transformation. It's just something that, honestly, I did it once, Gonna keep it transformed for a few days, take a couple more pictures and stuff. That's it, and that's it, and I'm never gonna transform it again. Never, man. Kinda happy that I didn't get the backpack because I don't want to transform it into mobile armor mode again just to do this again. Look at that, and you're like, okay, now what? Oh, so now you push them, so they have those little tabs there, and you just push them together, and boom, there you go. Oh my god, he doesn't have any legs. And okay, so we have to go back here, push this again. You're like, okay, that's good, I can fix it, no problem there. And there it goes again. You know that, and that gets really annoying. You have to be careful that you don't accidentally release the clip for the legs. Then after you actually get it right, you go boom, there you go, motherfucker. There we go, perfect. It's looking perfect, right? And you're like, oh, come on. Yeah, that's really annoying. I don't know why they didn't just make a better way to clip it together. Huge oversight there. And this is what it looks like. So you got like a Gundam arrow there, and here is where things start getting really weird, because open that ass, baby, because we're going in. Yeah, we're going in. I'm not joking. You guys think I'm making this up? No, we're actually going in. And of course it's gonna pop out, and so we have to pop it back in. And guys, it's just, it's like, what am I doing here? The whole time I was like looking at the manual, I was like these times that you see that I'm not doing anything, it's because I'm looking at the freaking manual and I'm going like, oh, okay, what's next? What do I have to do? Okay, I have to make it so the Gundam pushes forward, and whoa, I told you we were going in. Now this part here, this gave me trouble too, because I was like, okay, so we did that, and what are we supposed to do now? You know, do we move the side skirts? Do we do something with the back skirt? Do we just keep it like that? Something goes in there, something doesn't. Well, guess what? What you have to do is lower this, and there's a tab there, and there it goes, right? Well, it's not that easy. It's annoying, really annoying, and man, it's just, remember when Wayne Zero, the version Ka had, you have to move the wings back and then clip it on the back of the skirt? Same thing, pretty much the same thing, but a little bit more complicated. So I'm trying to pull it a little bit more, see if I can get a little bit, you know, longer reach, because it's just barely getting in there. It's barely, and you're like, oh man, I don't want to break this. Am I adding too much force? What's going on? You know, and then this is opening up, and you're like, damn it, Bandai. And then you go like, okay, you know what? Let's go all in. Here we go. You look at it, and you're like, okay, there we go. Push it. It's not sticking there, and then you go boom. And then you're like, wait, what happened? Yeah, you have to put a lot more force into it. You can't be scared of breaking it. That's what happened. And then this, you're gonna move the side skirts like that, yeah, you actually have to move them like up. You have to move them like this, and they're supposed to snap there, just supposedly. But that's what you have right now. Let's keep going, because trust me, it's gonna get a little bit worse. So those are supposed to snap in there. 50-50, one of them did, the other one didn't. It doesn't really matter, because there's nothing really holding them there. They're just wedged in there. And yeah, that keeps messing up. So you know what you're thinking, like, Zero, really, what's next? So I thought that, you know, maybe the base was next. No, not yet. It's this part here. So the chest, after you move the little side panels on the neck, then is when you can pull out the chest, and the chest goes there. And you're probably like, okay, that's it. And then you move these panels here back, because the instructions actually tell you, hey, move them back to their original position. So now we're pretty set up, and the thing is looking like the mobile armor, and you're like, oh man, I guess in the head, you know, the head is gonna be next. Well, you have to make sure that, you know, everything is correctly there. And now it's the head. Yes, you guessed it right, it's time for the head. So the head is really easy, because every time you move the head, you know that this thing just likes to fly off, you know. So you just push it up, actually put it on the ground just to make it easier. So what you do is push it up here, move it a little bit forward, then you rotate it, and then there you go, you push it back down. So now you have pushed it back down, and now you have, you know, a Gundam with some VR glasses, sunglasses, looking pretty nice. Now I'm looking at the instruction manual, because I'm like, okay, I did that, but what do I do with the head? Well, you're supposed to push it down. So you push it down, and there it is. There's nothing that locks it in, nothing like that. It's just there. It's just there. And I don't know if you guys can see, but a little bit, the chin is hitting the chest. So you have to adjust a little bit more. And that's how that turns out. I thought that it was gonna be like popping, like you put it and it will pop in. I wasn't expecting it to just sit there, but it does sit there. And now this really big Gundam is looking really small, ain't it? That's the thing with this transformation, it actually makes it look smaller. That way it is. And I was going to make a comparison with Wayne Zero's transformation, but I was like, F that, after this I'm not transforming any more Gundams for a good time. Oh, and thank God Getter Arc doesn't transform, you know. So you have to play around with it a little bit, so you get the angle that you want, and that's pretty much what it's gonna look like. And man, it's not over, guys. It's not over. If you thought the legs were bad, wait until we get to the arms, because in my opinion the arms are probably worse. So at this point I had it like a la Simba. I'm like, oh, cigüeña, blah 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 blah. It's almost done. I just can't wait. And then the arms. My God, guys, this is so weird. Now you got the arms, and yeah, they do have to have the shield on. You're like, okay, what do I do first? Okay, so I rotate the arms like this, and then what? Yeah, there's gonna be a bunch of what, because here is something weird. You're like, okay, what do I do here? It says that I have to pull something out in order to release the mechanism. So I'm like, wait, you want me to remove this piece? But when I was building it, I didn't even notice that that part has something, and as you can see there, that's how you release it. So you open it up and you're like, huh, that's how it goes? Really? You opened this? That's something I wasn't really expecting. So now you're like, okay, so we did that, and then it tells you like, oh yeah, pull on the upper part of the shoulder pad, which is odd because I tried it and tried it and tried it and tried it, and nothing came out. Nothing pushed forward. There was no clicking, no sounds or anything like that. So I was like, okay, there's something wrong here. That's when I went on the internet and found out this, that there's nothing really for you to push. Push as you might and as you may, and nothing's gonna happen because it's not really pushing. It's not pulling. It's nothing of that. You're just wasting your time, and I'm wasting my time talking about this. All you had to do was just freaking rotate it. That was it. All that release does is make it so the arm actually moves. The rotation of the shoulder pad, that's nothing. Nothing has to do with that part. It's just so the arm can move like this. That's all. But in the instructions they tell you like, oh, pull the upper part. It's like, fuck guys, really, fuck. Like, why do that? Why? It's just so darn crazy. And then you do the same thing with the other arm, of course. This time it was easier because I already knew what to do. You open the release, you swivel the shoulder pad, you pull the arms back, and that's it. Now look at this. Okay, so now we have the arms there and everything, and this thing still wants to come apart, of course, and it's not stable because the thing there, but there's a fix for that. Too bad they added it at the end of the instructions. Yeah, there is a fix, so that doesn't happen to you. Now, you take the arms, you rotate them again. You're like, okay, I rotate them. Now they're the way they were before? Yeah, what do you think? So you did all that just to have the arms in the same spot you had them before. Why? Because? ¿Por qué? I don't know, man. I don't know. That was so unnecessary. And now you're gonna take the arms. You're not gonna bend them. Not yet. You're gonna push them so they lock in place. So yeah, these arms can actually lock in place if you push them up. And you didn't know that after playing around with it, doing a bunch of poses and all that stuff. I certainly didn't know that, but the instruction says, now you do bend them. Now it's the thing. And now, you might be thinking, why do you need the the beam shields. Why do you need the shields? Why? Because the shields have a little slit. And then you just do this. Yep. They actually do connect. And you hear a snap when they do. And you just have to line them up, put that there. And I was like, oh my god, finally this thing is almost over. But let me tell you something, this is just, you know, I never built something that the transformation was this complicated. And there you can see the little tab. You just put it there and that's it. So if you're trying to make this transformation without the shields on, you're screwed. And there they go, the legs again separating. Because hey, I just want to open up my legs, you know? And that's pretty much all the transformation. The freaking things on the arms, you just move them up. They're supposed to lock into place, but mine are not locking into place, so I was like, okay, I'll just make them look good, you know, whatever. Fuck, I'm tired. And now the last part here, check this out. So we already know that, but check this out. The instruction manual says do this, and you're like, oh, okay, where do I put that? Do I put it up here? Do I put it down? Kind of weird, right? And you have to remove this red piece here, because this piece is what's making all the articulation of the Gundam happen. And without it, you put this part there, and now the Gundam cannot move. You just push it in there. A lot easier said than done, actually. It's a pain, but once you get it there, the Gundam will not move. And then you figure out that it's like, hey, you just have to put it back down because the other position was for it so it wouldn't wobble. And then the final part. Guys. Here we go. We're gonna put this up its butt. And there it is. You just get the freaking beam rifles, and you remember how you will put them with the beam saber looking forward, with the handle looking forward? Nope, not this time. The handle is looking down at you, pretty much down at your soul. And with the last part, now this looks horrible, but don't worry, got better images of it, actually getting it to look good. And that is the full transformation, so enjoy the real good looking part of the video. Okay, so these are the connection parts for the backpack. You just remove the ones it already has, and you add these new ones. The instruction manual tells you how to do them. I don't have any of the packs, so I can't not show you how they actually work. So let's get to some final thoughts. This is one hell of a kit. The build was great. The Gundam itself looks amazing. A lot of color separation, a lot of panel lining. it's just worth it. You know, it's just worth doing everything you can do with this kit. It looks so darn cool. It's just so awesome. Obviously, it does have its drawbacks. One being the transformation. Transformation is the biggest one. And that the backpack is only Premium Bandai exclusive, sadly. But the rest of this Gundam is just great. The weaponry, the effect parts that it comes with, I mean, everything is pretty great. You get the base for it, which is awesome that you do need it. And other than that, what else do I have to say? This is a badass kit. Now, is it the best master grade out there? Almost close. I'll admit, it's better than my master grade Alex 2.0. It's better than the F91. But if the transformation was done better, it would be better than my Wayne Gundam Zero. This kit is solid, sturdy, doesn't feel like it's gonna break. But that transformation, that frustration, was way too much for me, honestly. So I say, if you want to get this kit, get it. Get it. Just don't transform it. Just fuck the transformation, you know. And Bandai, next time, think a little bit more about that transformation. That's the only thing you guys are messing up with. Great kit, no polycaps. Hey, there's a sister unit for this guy, but that's probably gonna be Premium Bandai, and it's probably gonna have the same transformation. So hell no, I'm not getting that. I'm happy with just one. Like I said, I'm not mad that I missed out on the backpack, because I don't want to transform it again, guys. I don't want to go through that. So yeah, guys, if without the transformation, this is probably the best master grade out there. You know, especially that you can use the backpacks from the other kits, which sadly I don't have and I cannot show you. Well, guys, this video has gone for way too long, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for watching all of it. I would like to give thanks to Hobbylink Japan, because I know I wasn't supposed to get this kit. I know they actually send me my order because I emailed them, and not saying okay I'm a YouTuber or anything like that. I was just wondering what was going on, and they actually were nice enough to send it to me. Send me something that I wasn't supposed to get for probably many months down the road. So thank you. I would like to thank you guys for always watching my video and supporting. Remember that you guys voted for a long-term video. 84% of you said, hey, let's go long, and we did. So guys, hope you guys enjoyed it. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more. Share it, and I'll see you guys next time.